Welcome to the Parenting Podcast this week. We're glad to be coming to you and sharing with you today. We had a question that we wanted to address today, and here's the question. If we had a family meeting, who gets to decide what gets done?
Okay.
What do you think?
Well, first of all, a family meeting is something that we incorporated in raising our kids and the way our family was.
Yeah.
And it would not happen all the time.
No.
You know, a family meeting is a time when you call the family together. You got a major change that's happening.
Yeah.
Maybe the whole family's going to move to a different state, or
That's a big one.
Or you've got a special hard season coming up. I know at times that when we had big meetings coming up or a particular stressful full schedule, we get the family together and alert the kids to that, and we discuss things, you know. So
I remember those that we would say to the kids, listen, we have this group of meetings at the church coming up and we're going to be busy, you know, this many nights in a row, but when this is all over, we'll make some special time. So we appreciate if you can, you know, go with the flow and help us through this season, and then we'll make sure that we have some family time.
yes, you know, the one thing to remember is that one of our basic human needs as people, just as human beings, is for loving authority in our life. Not us loving authority, but having a loving authority in our life.
Yeah.
And in the scriptures, it talks about it says, fathers, provoke not your children to wrath, but bring them up in the nurture and admonition of the Lord.
Right.
Also, though, in Genesis chapter 18, verse 19, Abraham, our forefather of faith, was brought into a relationship with God like we have been, and given the authority to command his children and household after him. And command means to set things in order. But it's not a dictatorial, authoritarian, mean type of thing. But at the same time, there is the reality that the parents are the authority in the home.
Right.
And so who gets to decide what comes up? Well, maybe the children really facing some things and they need to talk about some things.
Yeah.
And so, you know, they're going to put some things on the agenda. Or maybe mom and dad have something, like we said, there's a move coming up, something that dad really needs. Maybe dad's been screwing up. You know, like there was times I had to learn some things about discipline and ways I've been relating to the kids that I needed to change.
Yeah.
And I had to apologize.
Yeah.
And so in that case, it was me. It was the dad putting the agenda out.
Yeah.
But in all those things, the kids give input.
Yeah.
You know,
It's appropriate, depending on the subject.
on the subject. I think if it's about a move out of state, for instance,
Yeah.
and you know, maybe the dad wants to get all the family together, and Susie is facing her senior year in high school. You know what? We need to move. What do you think about that? You know, and begin a discussion right there. What do you kids think about that? Or it could be something lighthearted than that. You know, a family is not necessarily democracy,
Right.
but neither is it really a dictatorship either. And so maybe mom and dad have some ideas of what they might do about vacation.
Yeah.
So they might get the kids together and say, what would you guys like to do?
Nice.
Or you want to say something? Or, you know, give the kids ABC. You know, what do you think about these things? And let the
They
kids
might
have
need
some
a little.
input.
They might need a little bit of a direction on that. You might need to give, if you're letting them decide vacation, you might need to give them some options. Otherwise, they may say something that's totally outside your budget and the realm of what you could really do.
Right.
You know, they want to go tromp around Europe for 3 weeks. I don't know. Maybe you can take them and do that. That's great, but maybe you can't. Maybe you can go camping. Maybe you can go fishing. You know, maybe it's something a little less elaborate than that. So maybe some options into something like that. But then you could definitely, then the kids, their input's important, and you can take that into consideration. And then it's a family thing, and that's pretty fun.
Yeah, and if you can, nothing wrong with having a vote if it works, but ultimately mom and dad make the decision. And if there is a mom and a dad in the home, it's a partnership. You know, Sarah was a woman of faith, and she sure did speak her mind, and was supposed to. And a wife should have input in the home. It's not just the man. This is not chauvinism. You know, this is not male superiority or anything like that. So, So I guess that would be the question. It kind of depends on the circumstances, but ultimately the parents are the leaders in the home.
Yeah.
And so they see things out ahead.
Yeah.
And so they would make the decisions about what the meeting's going to be about.
Yeah. Have a great week.
Have a great week.